What's up, everybody? The Aouads traveling again, and we are here to share a trip that we just went on for our birthdays to Isla Mujeres. We went back in June and we really just loved it so much that we had to go back for another trip. And so what we're going to talk about in this video and take you through is all of our traveling to get there, what we ate, how we spent the time, and is it really worth 5 days to be there?
Spoiler alert, yes.
Also, this video is going to be split into 2 parts, so make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the notification when the second part comes out.
The second part has my birthday, and you don't want to miss the bar we went to. It was great, and you need to add it to your itinerary.
Exactly that, so don't forget to subscribe. The only weird snafu that we had, I don't think that they actually booked our transport. I had been emailing back and forth with the resort, and when I landed, it just took a little bit to figure out. I had to call them a few times, and then they called somewhere, and they kept looking up their reservation. So you might want to consider just booking through a reputable private transport or a taxi service instead of going through the resort if you're not completely sure if they're going to be able to handle it. Took about 25 minutes for the transport to get us to the ferry terminal. Once we got there, there was a really long line of people who were waiting to get tickets. And we remembered last time when we were there, we just bought them online. You can actually buy a round trip ticket. I think it's like $20 a person, and it's good for 6 months from the date of the purchase. So we quickly just got on my wife's phone and bought tickets, and we just walked onto the ferry.
The ferry's really nice. It's air conditioned. There's a top area if you do want to get some fresh air, but plenty of shade on the inside.
We have a video that we did where we went over to Isla Mujeres for an entire day. Video's in the description. Check it out if you want to know more about the ferry. So we did a little bit of research beforehand, and we found out that you're pretty much going to pay the same price for the taxis going to Mia Reef. So we walked out and we hung a left, and then we just found a line of taxis and we hopped in. I think it was like $8 or something. Check-in process was super smooth, super painless. The only thing you should know is that they charge your card ahead of time, and so they're going to charge you for the amount of nights that you're staying right when you get there. So make sure you got your funds in order.
So different colors, but yours. Thank you. Don't drink too much. My gosh, here we go.
Just like most nice resorts, they do have a membership program and different activities that you can add on. If that's not something you're interested in, just be prepared that you will have a sales pitch, just like at most resorts. Just be firm and polite if you're not interested, and it's no big deal.
Once we got all settled in, we got to head to the room, drop our stuff off. We did a full room review. We stayed in the Grand Aqua Suite, and so you can check that out. That will also be linked in the description down below. Just some details about staying in it. It's amazing. There's beach access directly out the door. You get a private day bed. But yeah, go check out the video and see more. At this point, we were starving. We hadn't eaten pretty much all day, so we ran and got some lunch at the buffet that's open 24 hours. One thing I'll say, we really love food, and the food that was there was great. It was good if you need something to eat, but if you're expecting something like what you would have maybe at LeBlanc in Cancun, I want you to tailor your expectations a little bit. As we were going for our birthdays, I actually emailed them and asked them if they could do something special for my wife and leave like a fruit tray or some chocolates or some balloons. I actually didn't hear anything back from them on the email, but when we got back from eating our lunch, we walked into this wonderful surprise, so it was nice to see.
+1 to the month of my life. Ayy.
That night we had dinner at the on-site Mexican restaurant. This was actually a really nice experience. The people who worked there were really nice and very helpful with figuring out Manly's food allergies, what he could and couldn't have off of the menu. sat down, they brought us a welcome drink. It had Malibu and grapefruit juice and all kinds of yummy stuff in it. It was really, really good. Of course, with it being an all-inclusive, you got to pick as many things off of the menu that you wanted, so we each got appetizers.
And then as we were walking back to our room, there was just a live show going on, so we stopped and checked it out. We didn't really do any of the activities that were included, but you know, when we saw something going on, we did try to stop and check it out and see, you know, did we like it? And yeah, it's cool that they have things like this just going on, and they set it up and bring some performers to, you know, put on a pretty dope show. At dinner, I basically, like, my brain just shut down. I was so wiped from the day, so we actually turned in and we just called it a night. And we're like, hey, let's do a hard reset and pick it back up in the morning for my birthday.
Your birthday.
So I'm gonna take you through the activities that we did on my birthday, and then we're gonna shut the video down and we'll come back for part 2. It was pretty windy, and I was kind of disappointed because our whole plan was to rent a golf cart and drive around the island. I really love doing that. So what we did was take the morning and do our activities as normal and just tried to see if some of the weather would pass. Ashley went and worked out at the gym.
I was very happy to see the resort did have a small gym. It was an efficient setup. You know, there was some free weights, there were some cardio machines, there were even a couple of cable machines. It was enough to get a good pump in on vacation.
The part that she forgets is it was super hot in there, and so she actually came back to the room and finished the rest of her workout on the balcony. All right, so the first thing we did was we set out, we went and got a golf cart. We walked a little bit towards where the ferry drops you off, because that's where we rented last time, and I just wanted to, you know, I knew what I was going to expect from that place when we rented, and so I wanted to rent from there. We ended up driving to the south part of the island and went to Punta Sur. There is an entry fee. I can't remember how many pesos it was. It's not a ton. It's like maybe $2 US dollars per person. Last time we came, we weren't able to squeeze it in, just didn't have enough time, and so I wanted to make sure that we got to do a little bit of the exploring down here. As you can see, it's pretty windy, but I still enjoyed it. It was beautiful, breathtaking, and would definitely like to go back when it's a little bit sunnier.
This is my day, so I say we about to bust out and live it my way. Every day is a
We started to see a
Sunday,
little bit of
fun
weather.
day. Hit the homies up.
So we
Because
decided
the
to
sun
head back up
is
towards the
real.
resort, turn the
Because
golf
it
cart in,
flies by.
and
Appreciate
maybe
the
we
lows
tried
and the
another
high
day.
times.
So once we turned the golf cart back in, we walked over to Hidalgo Street to find some tacos for lunch, because you know we love tacos. Check out our taco video in the description.
Taco party.
We stopped at Lola, Valentina. Not gonna talk a ton about it. Great drinks, great taco, great ambiance, great atmosphere. On the way back, Ashley wanted a churro, so she got a churro.
I got a churro with Nutella in it. It was so good.
So yeah, we just walked around a little bit, and then we turned in a little bit early, knowing that we'd probably turn up for Ashley's birthday, which is tomorrow. This random crab was just like chilling, hiding under right here, so I kept messing with them. I was like, yo, you trying to come in and hang out? All right, so those were the first 2 days. As you can see, it was a little bit less jam-packed than we normally do. We purposely spread this trip out over the 5 days so that it can be a lot more relaxing. But in part 2, there's gonna be a ton more stuff, because we're gonna kick off with Ashley's birthday, and I'm gonna drop a few previews of some of the things that we did over the following days. So make sure you subscribe. Hopefully this helps you make part of the trip your own, because it's only part 1. And peace.
This is my day, so I say we about to bust out.